start. Hey, hello, it's Genesis or Genesisn't.
Whoa!
Joe's knocking over the microphone.
Knocking over the microphone.
Hi, I'm at Joe's house.
Yeah, that's true.
I got a real Genesis controller.
I got an 8-bit do 2.4 gigahertz Genesis controller because the cord wouldn't reach that far.
Yeah, the cord barely reaches this far.
Yeah.
So what are we playing? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Hyperstone Heist?
Yes, that is what we're playing.
We're gonna steal a stone, I guess.
Old school Konami logo. Shredder steals the stone, actually, I think.
So supposedly this game is like kind of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in time and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the arcade game kind of remixed a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
The levels are a little longer. It doesn't have all the same levels as the Super Nintendo game.
Right.
Or whatever. I don't know. You want to get us going? I think you're player number one.
I'm player number one.
Hopefully I'm not mumbling too much because the microphone is very far away from me. I can't touch it. I can't touch it. I touched it.
It's a decent quality microphone though, so.
Yeah, it should be okay. If we sound like we're muffled or like we're in a library shouting at a microphone that's across the room, it's because there's a microphone that's across the room.
That's right. Mr. Monster says, I've never played the Hyperstone Heist, but I did love Tetris. Sorry, I did love Turtles at the time, and I'll have to check this out when I get the chance. April Howard says hi.
I mean, if it's just Turtles in Time, it's probably pretty fucking good.
Yeah, yeah.
Turtles in Time is a great game. Oh no!
Statue of Liberty and the City of Manhattan are disappearing.
That seems bad.
Yeah, so it's a little different in
Man, look at he's got so many abs.
Yeah, he is
out of his back.
Shredder's beefcake, man. Why didn't you just shrink the turtles along with?
Because they're underground. You can't shrink all of the ground. Also, come on.
Okay.
We'll find you with our high energy detector.
That must be something that Donatello.
Take the turtle off the whole time.
Donatello must have invented the
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles should not have teeth.
But they do have teeth.
They shouldn't have teeth, though.
There are no species of turtles with teeth?
I have no idea. I don't think so. They like.
We're having control problems?
It seems like my B button maybe doesn't work.
Oh, that's not good.
It seems like none of my buttons work.
While we swap out the controller.
So I was a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan when I was a kid, although that was mostly the TV show. I didn't know it was a comic book until quite a bit later. Because I didn't read comic books because they seemed like lame things for kids.
Not like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which were cool and on television.
So then when X-Men and Batman were on television, like... Did they stop being lame comic books that were for kids or whatever?
I guess.
Whatever your extremely adult, like 8-year-old brain
that
determined.
Batman show was pretty good. I just didn't like comic books. I still don't really like comic books that much. Alright, well I can pause. There we go. Hey!
Alright, we're in business.
Back, baby.
Technical difficulties. Nicholas Rumleski says, one of these episodes on a Sunday? Also, hello. Yes, because Eric is here for WrestleMania, and so when we're in the same place, we like to do these, and he's not going to be here on Wednesday, so...
It's a bonus episode.
It's a bonus episode. There'll still be a regular one of these on Wednesday, probably. But, you know, we spent a lot of time messing around with, was it RetroArch, to try to get the online working?
Oh, yeah.
And, like, it just didn't...
It wasn't good enough.
It wasn't good. It was, like, laggy and... yeah.
We should try again sometime.
We should try again, so that we could do more of these. But...
ouch.
But yeah, there's 7 million hours of wrestling today, so...
Yeah, well, so we gotta hurry up because it starts in like 5 minutes and then it's on until 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's still, yeah. I mean, last year's WrestleMania just ended like 20 minutes ago, so...
I'm still here.
Yeah, he hasn't left. He just moved to Tennessee with me
to
keep watching
in the
WrestleMania.
Car and... yeah, I mean, so this is definitely not the level that
right, this is not Big Apple 3 AM. I have a poster somewhere, and I should actually see if I can dig it out before we end the stream and show it on the cam. a poster for a Genesis Konami promotional poster like from this time. So it's got like this, and it's got I think like Lethal Enforcers box art and Sunset Riders, and it's like Konami's finally on the Genesis, motherfuckers, because everything was fucking edgy in the 90s. I did some Neo Geo videos recently and was looking at some of those ads.
Impolite. I don't remember the motherfuckers.
Also, because of the lack of Mode 7 scaling available, you cannot throw enemies at the camera in this version. You can only do the back and forth slam. Which also means that the boss fight against Shredder and the Technodrome that was added to the Super Nintendo version is not in this version. It's not. This isn't really like I know people have done videos. Like I think Eric Grider from Game vs. Game did like Turtles in Time versus Hyperstone Heist episode of his show. But they're not really. I mean, they share some stages like this. Obviously, this is Alley Cat Blues from Turtles in Time, but like they also don't share a whole bunch of stages.
Well.
So the Ninja Turtles turn. Jeez, they turned 35. It says U.S.
jail.
I thought it said U.S. jail.
U.S. jail.
I don't know. That's not in the Super Nintendo version.
Also, that armored vehicle just says "trust" on the side.
That's what the cops would like you to do. Just trust them.
I think it's like a armored vehicle for like a bank or whatever.
Nicholas Rumleski asks if Joey Pink plays Street Fighter, and if so, who's his favorite character? I think if Joey Pink played Street Fighter, Vega would necessarily be his favorite character. Or Ken, because they're both obnoxious blonde-haired Americans. But since Ken is my favorite Street Fighter character, if I'm making a distinction, I would say that Joey Pink's favorite character would be Vega.
Ken. What sort of pervert are you?
Look, man, weren't you the one posting like Pokemon like erotic fan fiction in the Discord like a month ago?
We're all perverts. That's why I want to know what kind of weird pervert likes Ken. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Nothing weird about
gotcha.
Enjoying some Pokemon erotic fan fiction. But if you like Ken, then that's fucked up. That's
Pokemon don't even mate, do they? I mean, they lay eggs, so like.
Yeah, you can mate Pokemon. There is like.
I mean, but it's like.
Pokemon breeding.
I mean, isn't it like sea turtles?
I mean, they don't show like graphic details of two Charizards like bumping their cloacas together. Or whatever.
I mean, do they have like duck vaginas and corkscrew penises? Pokemon?
I'm sure
just Psyduck.
Psyduck does, right?
Twistier than a Psyduck's vagina. Yeah, I don't.
What's the
you know what's weird is all the
duo.
I totally muted that more than you did.
I didn't see it.
The weird thing, speaking of anthropomorphized animal sex, that's a sentence I never thought I'd say. The Ninja Turtles like all sort of had a crush on April O'Neil, and like.
I mean, they got teeth, so they probably have human dicks too, right?
I mean,
just
Shape of Water. Did you see Shape of Water?
No.
That's a good movie. You should see Shape of Water. But
seems gross.
Yeah, it's kind of romantic.
There's a horror movie about like a Cthulhu guy that gets like a lady that gets taken over by a Cthulhu demon and has
Ghostbusters.
Weird fish sex. What the hell is that from like 1987 or something?
Well, Life Force is the space vampire movie where she's like.
No. This is definitely
lower.
Was the original Fishman sex movie?
Creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah, see, now this is like very different. We're fighting Leatherhead in a much different context than we would typically be fighting Leatherhead. Right? This was Turtles in Time. We fight him on the train in Turtles in Time.
This seems like a more natural environment.
Well, I mean, he's kind of a cow. He's Cajun and everything, so he's kind of cowboy vibes. But so do we. We're all. I mean, the Turtles are.
He's not. He's like a backwater Cajun guy, not a cowboy.
You don't press the start button to continue in this game. That's weird. I'm like hitting start, and I'm like, why am I continuing? This is a brand new controller. Wow, he does a ton of damage with that charge. That is ridiculous. This is just a beat 'em up kind of weekend for Eric and I. We beat bad dudes last night at headquarters downtown Nashville.
I've been beaten by a bunch of teenage turtles.
And then he explodes for some reason. I don't ever remember Leatherface or Leatherhead, not Leatherface. Very different.
Yeah, that's a different video game.
I don't remember Leatherhead. That's a bad video game. The single video game that exists of that
mysterious
is bad.
ghost ship.
But I don't remember Leatherhead ever getting like kicked in the face by the turtles and exploding in the cartoon. But
what were we talking about?
We were talking about went to headquarters and beat bad dudes last night.
Dudes.
That game, that headquarters keeps all their games on free play, which is great. That game gets real bullshitty at the end.
Yeah, there's times at the end where like you're getting 1 or 2 hit killed, and then there's a whole boss rush. Also.
Yeah, you have to fight all the bosses over again at the very end, of course.
And they do twice as much damage.
And then you fight a dude who's just hanging off the skid of a helicopter, and for some reason, when you punch him to death, the helicopter explodes. Because video games are amazing.
Yeah, the arcade version of Bad Dudes is okay. I don't like the NES version is kind of junky though.
I would say the NES version is like bad. Well, the NES version is only 1 player,
right.
Which doesn't help.
So it's called Bad Dude.
Right, single dragon, bad dude, you know. I thought those pizzas were giving me health back, but no.
They're not pizzas.
They're just boxes of mystery. Yeah. Let's see. Roddy Benton says bumping cloacas, thumbs up. Those xenomorphs are made of pizza.
Yeah, mozzarella.
Yeah, well, no, that was that episode. Those things that look like they're Invasion of the Pizza Monsters. They were something else, and they reheated some pizza in the microwave that had one of their like eggs on it, and they mutated into Geiger aliens. And Mr. Monster says, wasn't that actor in Shape of Water the same guy who was in Hellboy? Yes, it was. Doug Jones. He played Abe Sapien in, I think, so David Hyde Pierce was the voice of Abe Sapien in the first movie, but I think Doug Jones was the guy in the suit both times. Get that pizza, man.
I got it. Where's the pizza man?
And he was the Fawn in Pan's Labyrinth, which is also a really good movie, but also like if you ever wanted like Neverending Story or like Labyrinth to be like extremely fucking bleak, like Pan's Labyrinth is the movie for you. But it's real good, and he was the Fawn in that movie. And yeah, he does a lot of creature suit stuff, and yeah, he was the
oh, come on.
The Gilman analog in Shape of Water. I really like that movie. That's like one of the rare instances I can think of where the Academy actually like probably got it right and actually picked the best movie that came out that year as the best movie that came out that year.
Get Out?
I mean, both of those movies were really good. I like both those movies a lot. So, and I also saw Us, which I also liked a lot. We were talking about that a little bit last night. Us was super good too. Not as good as Get Out, which is sort of an unfair comparison in a lot of ways because they're very different movies. But
well, also the expectations change a lot when you put out a
right.
When you go from the guy from Key and Peele to the guy who put out one of the best horror movies the last whatever.
However long.
Not, I still haven't seen it, but
oh, you should see both of his movies. They're both very good.
Oh.
I'm waiting on Twilight Zone because I don't really want to pay for CBS All Access, so I'm just going to wait till all the episodes are up. Then I'm going to pay for 1 month of CBS All Access and just binge the whole thing. But I've heard good things so far. Yeah, right. Well, that's, I mean, so it's like the original Twilight Zone, basically, what you're saying. So I feel like
this game has a dedicated charge button, but I'm using it less than I would if I was playing the Super Nintendo version.
Right. Yeah, you just reminded me. I don't think I used it at all until just
now.
When you
said
the other
something,
game,
like,
you just double tap,
which is actually more natural, I feel like.
So those Rock Soldiers remind me. I had like so many Ninja Turtles toys when I was a kid, and I think that the toys to life genre, which seems to be like dying out very rapidly if it's not already dead.
I was gonna say it's pretty much extinct, man.
they never really delivered on the promise, right? Of like what you really wanted from that. Like I just remember, you know, I had X-Men toys and Ninja Turtles toys and Spider-Man toys and Batman toys, and like, you know, the dope thing about playing with your toys when you're a little kid is like then all those characters can like Raphael and Batman can like team up and fight Magneto.
Skeletor.
Or Skeletor, right?
Battle
and like
Skeletor.
no, hell yeah, Battle Damage Skeletor. I think my Battle Damage Skeletor is still at my parents' house. I'm pretty sure.
You better get that food.
Yeah, yes, I better get that food. You know, that was like that's the promise of the Toys to Life genre, and like they never like especially with Disney Infinity, I remember being like, so why can't I just like...
The Lego one has some of that, too.
Yeah, the Lego one seems like it delivered the most. But the Disney Infinity one, it was like...
By that time, people were pretty much not interested anymore.
Like, my nephews had the Disney Infinity one, and I was like, so wait, why can't I just, like, take Captain America into Star Wars and, like, throw my shield at Darth Vader?
There's, like, an open world, like, sandbox mode where you can do that stuff, but...
Right, but you can't actually play the game. Hi, I live next to a firehouse. Yeah, you can't just like play the game that way, and I think that's what I really wanted from the Toys to Life thing, especially with Disney Infinity, because it was like I want to take, you know,
you look delicious. I'm hungry for some turtle soup.
You know, I want to take like Return of the Jedi level Luke Skywalker and like have him fight the Kree or whatever. Like that's the thing that would be cool. You know, and you can't really do that in an effective way. And I think that's probably why it didn't work out quite the way that... I mean, it kind of did with Lego, but a lot of those were just like...
part of the problem was that by the time those games came out, that like there was already Toys to Life fatigue.
Yeah, I mean, that's
because
true.
The Skylanders stuff,
Skylanders.
like the Skylander stuff was super hot for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And then it kind of all went away. But you change.
You can change. But why would you want to be anyone besides Raphael?
I don't know. Because Raphael sucks. He's the worst turtle.
He is definitely not the worst turtle. Leonardo is the worst turtle. Leonardo is
He's got 2 swords.
Cyclops.
The worst turtle.
He's a D-bag.
I think Raph is the D-bag.
No, you got that wrong, man.
Leo just has to put up with his bullshit all the time. Fucking stop your whining.
Let's see.
To work.
Jose Figueroa says Leatherhead doesn't do a lot of damage, it's just that Raph takes the most damage out of the turtles.
Yeah, see, he does suck. I told you he sucked.
Joe Gutierrez says, love the turtles.
For a mysterious ghost ship, there was a shocking dearth of ghosts or spectral enemies.
Right. Mr. Monster says this looks pretty good in terms of graphics. Yeah, I mean, the Genesis gets short shrift. People always talk about the Super Nintendo because it had good colors, but there's a lot of Genesis games that look really good when they take advantage of what the hardware can do.
I mean, it's all aesthetic.
Manuel Lopez says hello. Hello. Jose Figueroa says, I don't know why this game gets bad reviews. It was an awesome Ninja Turtles game. And the Jade Fist says, I liked it, but it got overshadowed by Turtles in Time. And I think that is exactly the correct answer.
I didn't really look to see what the reception was, but... Definitely seems like maybe the levels are a little less dynamic than Turtles in Time ones.
Yeah, that's true. I still think it's probably better than Arcade Turtles in Time, which is like not... And it's definitely better than Turtles in Time Reshelled. Because that game is real bad. I bought that game during that summer of arcade that it came out, and I played it through from start to finish one time, and I never played it again. Which takes like 40 minutes, like if that.
Did you ever play that Platinum Turtles game that came out?
No, but I heard it was good.
I think it's supposed to be like kind of so-so.
Well, sorry. I heard it was good in comparison to like every other Turtles game that had come out since like the Game Boy Advance one, which apparently was good.
But not really up to the Platinum.
Right. Not up to Bayonetta 2 like levels of, or Bayonetta 1 levels of what you want from a Platinum game. You need that more than I do. Jeez. It's so weird to me that a comic book that was like a one-time thing meant to dunk on Daredevil, like, became this
yeah, I know.
ridiculous, you know, media property. But yeah, I think this year is the 35th anniversary of the show. I think 84, May of 84, I want to say, is when the first issue of Ninja Turtles was published by Eastman and Laird, by Mirage Comics. Boy, those things sure look like they're gonna fall on us, don't they?
What are you talking about? Seems fine.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was fine. Maybe we just can't jump there? Is that it?
I feel like I was jumping, but I don't.
The speech samples are so good.
I definitely know what they're saying.
I think that one's Pizza Power, but I think I only know that because
Damn it.
of the Super Nintendo version. It's a lot more clear.
I feel like this might be a little easier than the Super Nintendo one. Maybe there's just like.
I usually play the Super Nintendo one on hards, and I didn't change the difficulty here, so that might be. But it does feel like slightly easier, I guess, except for some of the boss fights, which have been ridiculous.
Actually, just that first one, honestly.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, Rocksteady wasn't very hard. Yeah. We haven't fought Bebop yet. Oops. No, isn't this the one? I feel like this is the game that's noteworthy because it's the only game where you fight Tatsu from the movies. And I think you fight him in this level, but I don't exactly remember. I was gonna say, I feel like we just whooped a whole bunch of foot Look at this dude using this, like, Belger from Final Fight, trying to just shoot arrows from across the playfield. So, man, I think we talked a little bit about this, but that Genesis Mini is coming, and it's
care?
I do care. I actually pre-ordered one, believe it or not, because the M2 is doing all the emulation. I'm a big M2 fan, and
seems like they kind of said, like, we know you're gonna hack this and put all the games on it. Did it also?
Right, and that's the thing that's really, you know, kind of interesting. But also just in terms of the official games, they've only announced 10 games so far.
That's a pretty good list. But what was that Genesis thing that came out like a couple of years ago? Wasn't there one made by somebody else?
At Games.
Kind of garbage.
Yeah, well, they've made a few, but yes, they're all garbage. the At Games folks are not great when it comes to this, but Konami is on board.
Now we get to play Gauntlet.
Don't shoot the food, dick.
Oh no.
But Konami's on board, and so some people are like really hoping that this game is on there, and I don't really see that.
Yeah, because
there's too much
licensing and stuff.
You know, but we know that Bloodlines is going to be on there, and I think that there's a reasonable hope that Contra Hardcore will be on there.
I mean,
you know, as well.
Contra wasn't on the NES one for whatever fucking reason.
Super C was, though, at least. I mean, there was a Contra game on there.
Yeah, is there a slightly inferior Genesis Contra game that they can put on?
No, there's not. Midnight Resistance gets put on. instead.
L-head.
Dude, you again?
Yeah, he's purple this time.
Oh, God.
You get like a couple of hits and then back off, I guess.
That was one hit. I got one hit before he started charging out to do that thing.
I can hit that other guy. Might be back at him. Let's fight.
It seems like it's about, you can get one full combo in before he... Oh, no.
It must be like
It must be a... Yeah, that must be it. Oh, uh-oh. Game over, game over.
Oh, come on.
Shroomy says, I'm just excited that M2's making the mini. Yeah, same. I'm gonna go grab my beverage. Talking so much. Parched. Soda all the way over here.
Ooh. Also, human skin colored Rocksteady
Yeah,
is kind
it's
of fucking me up.
Weird me out. While you're fighting Rocksteady, see if that... I think that poster knows something might be right over here. It is. Easily show up, yeah.
He's got a gun and grenades.
Get a manual for the Journey game on Atari 2600.
Okay, I mean, I've been looking for one of those, so now I can finally figure out how to play it. Whoops, damn it. Am I really gonna have to fight the boss we just fought again? Yep, there he is.
Is Bebop just not in this game?
I guess.
Just Rocksteady?
I don't know, maybe there's like... This is much more annoying when there's only one person. Because last we could kind of like put one of us on foot soldier management.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know where that was. Actually, it might be in, I guess, another place I can think of. That would be in case for one of my
Oh no. Bye-bye, it's me. Ooh, where did I put my... Where's my phone here? I got a code for level select.
Oh, so we can just pick up where we left off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, no, we may as well see this thing through.
Depends on how far from the end we are.
I mean, it was a boss rush, and it's a Konami game, so that tells me we're probably close to the end.
At this title screen, push.
Shermie says, what do you guys think about the new Sega Ages releases on the Switch? I actually don't think I've bought any of them yet, but I'm going to, because I love M2, and I'm actually meaning to... I've been thinking about doing a Same Name, Different Game Gaiden episode about Thunder Force 4, Lightning Force, Quest for the Dark Star, to see, well, I just sort of go over all the stuff that the Sega Ages games add. I have several of the 3D ones on 3DS, and those are super good. So.
That doesn't seem to work.
What is the
code? A, B, B, 1, 2, 3, B, A, start.
When are you supposed to do it? Before...
This is the title screen. Unless they mean right at the very beginning.
Yeah, do they maybe mean... What's the code again?
A, B, B, 3 C's, B, A, start.
And then...
That's it. It says the level select will appear on black screen. Maybe, is there an easy way to reset that?
You can just hit the button on the right. Is reset.
Right here, maybe? A, B, B, C, 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 B, A, start. Apparently there's an alternate ending if you beat it on hard mode also. But anyway.
Alright, well, if that's not working...
Oh well, we got to see. This seems good. I give it a Genesis, I guess. I mean, it's Turtles in Time, kind of, but with different levels.
Right.
It's a little lacking in the throwing bad guys at the screen department, but
true.
That's a forgivable shortcoming, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't like I appreciate that they tried to put make the dash a button, but I think it's better to double tap the dash. Just feels more natural. Probably just because I've played a lot of
games that use double tap for dash. Yeah.
But,
yeah, I'm with you on all those points. I don't think it's as good as Super Nintendo Turtles in Time.
No.
But it's probably better than arcade Turtles in Time minus the 4-player.
You don't need like an A+ Turtles in Time game on the Sega Genesis because you got
Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage, yeah.
And Streets of Rage 2.
Well,
and Streets of Rage 3.
Yeah, specifically Streets of Rage 2. But
yeah. So
anyway.
All right. Well, that was a special co-op edition of Genesisn't.
We kicked some guys.
We did.
We kicked that guy in the dick a lot.
You did. You did kick that guy a whole bunch of times. And I guess we'll see you again on Wednesday with something, probably.
Yay.
But not like this, unfortunately.
The camera's up there.
It's up there. So.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Turn it off.